All right, welcome back here to the Hill on News Nation. So we are just 27 days from the Iowa caucuses, 35 days from the first of the nation primary in New Hampshire. Who's counting, though? Nikki Haley on the rise in the polls. And as that's happening, allies of Donald Trump are starting to hit back. For example, here is a brand new attack ad hitting airwaves in New Hampshire today from a super PAC that is supporting the former president. Watch.
Nikki Haley promised.
I will not now, not ever, support raising the gas tax.
Really? Not now? Not ever? Just 24 months later, high tax Haley flipped.
Let's increase the gas tax by 10 cents.
All right, Ashley Davis up front. You are a supporter of Nikki Haley. You are close to the team. You take that as a badge of honor?
Yeah, no, I think it's a good thing. I mean, that stuff doesn't bother me that you're going after someone as an attack at him. I think that's politics. But the fact that he considers her enough of a trouble to do it is only positive for her. Obviously, her reaction is the same thing, which was he's getting nervous, bring it on or bring it, whatever it was.
Okay,
so I think it's a good thing.
Here's her reaction real quick, and then we'll get to it on the other side.
Do you hear that sound? That's the sound of us surging. Because now Donald Trump's running an ad against me. But when all your opponents start attacking you, doesn't that mean we're doing something right?
Does that mean she's doing something right?
That's actually the right way to respond to it.
Okay.
When you're explaining in this business, you're losing. So let me try and explain for her, because I happen to live in that state, and I'm familiar with this. We didn't raise the gas taxes under Nikki Haley. They talked about it. They talked about they were going to raise the gas tax if they lowered the income tax, and I'm pretty sure that didn't happen. We did ultimately raise the gas tax, but I'm almost certain it was under Governor Henry McMaster, not Nikki Haley. So again, Nikki doesn't have to say that because, again, if you're explaining, you're losing. But I think that non-response response is the best way to go about it. I don't think the ad is accurate.
Go.
I would say, look, she's closing the gap in New Hampshire in a way no one else is. And that's with everyone still in the field. So I think she's got a lot of momentum in New Hampshire. New Hampshire is, as we all know, live free or die. So they don't like taxes. They don't have an income tax. So if you're going to pick an issue to go out the gate, this one makes a lot of sense.
You think gas tax makes sense out the gate?
It's also the flip-flop.
It's a tax. It's a flip-flop and it's a tax.
And it's the trustworthy thing, right?
Yes.
The attack ad I expect to see against Nikki Haley is she promised not to run against Trump, and then she did. She's just another lying politician. That's where I think this is headed. But you're right. I forgot about the New Hampshire aspect on taxes. It's probably a smart play in New Hampshire to go on taxes.
What's interesting to me, though, is it's a PAC, right, running this ad, which is
right.
a conventional attack, high polling, I'm sure, in New Hampshire, on the flip-flop,
Yep.
on taxes, on gas. All salient political points came from focus groups, I'm sure. Very different than how Trump would attack Nikki Haley in a much more personal, visceral way. The tone is very different.
The attack I'm talking about is going to be attack from Trump, which is she's been disloyal to me. You can't trust her.
Yeah.
And we saw what DeSantis's people said, his advisor said, when Trump stops attacking him is when it's going to be a really bad day. So he's not attacking DeSantis anymore. He's attacking Nikki.
So there you go, out of Haley world right there. So that's how the way you view it. But I'm not saying it's wrong, but
Trump only attacks one person at a time. It's a person he feels most threatened by in that moment.
Does he feel threatened by her? Because as Dan pointed out, this is the super PAC. Legally, there's supposed to be a firewall between the two, and you're not allowed to coordinate.
Someone
talk to DeSantis.
Someone feels threatened.
Talk to DeSantis's crew about that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's also, too, probably, I'm guessing a lot of their donors to a lot of these super PACs are wealthy individuals and corporations that hate taxes. So this also pleases your donors, too.
Thank you for watching. And make sure you go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.